Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even
Garlic soup for the winter, onion soup for the spring. Asparagus for taste and prunes for what ails you. Try them.
God be with you, Henry.
Bread, fresh bread, bread, rolls, buns and pretzels for you.
God be with you, Henry.
Good people, come up close and have a smell. Fresh bread, and pour yourself a bit of fresh milk to drink.
Vegetables, fruits, apples, cucumbers, onions, come get 'em.
With salt, caraway seeds, garlic and more. You'll find it nowhere else.
Asparagus that'll cut
Fresh
you in
bread.
half, and
Come and get
cucumbers
it.
that'll
Man
cure
cannot
what
live
ails
by
you.
bread alone, but he can't live
Get
without
'em.
it either.
Carrots and apples picked today to put a smile on your face.
Well, Henry.
Bread baked just this morning. Bread! Bread, fresh bread, bread, rolls, buns and pretzels for you.
Have a look cucumbers. They'll stay firm all winter. Buy 'em before someone else does.
Bread, bread, rolls of pretzels.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
I hope I can be of help to you, knight.
Can we do something about the price?
Naturally.
Here you are, with a little top-up.
Well, now, thank you very much.
Greetings.
God be with you.
How are you coping?
As well as we can, Henry. You can be glad Sir Radzig took you into his service. I hear you even go hunting with Lord Capon.
Ah, I've been once. And I don't think it'll be happening again anytime soon.
Ah, it's a shame. Because I was gonna ask a favor of you. I'm sure you know there's a lot of hungry mouths here, so I thought you might be able to help.
I don't know. I'm not such a great hunter that I could feed all the refugees.
No, that's not what I meant. It's the townspeople here who have a taste for game. They want to live like the nobility, see? A few of the burghers have been to see me already, to ask if we'd try our luck in the woods. They promised us supplies in exchange. Flour, lard, eggs, and the like. But we can't afford to take the risk of poaching. We're barely tolerated as it is. If one of ours got caught in the woods, they'd hang him from the nearest tree. But I was thinking, you're in Sir Radzig's garrison, and you go hunting with Sir Hans. You could help us.
Well, I got away with brawling with Lord Capon, so I don't suppose they'll string me up for a few hares.
Great, Henry. I really appreciate it. The local tailor was asking me about getting some hares to put on a feast for a visiting merchant.
All right, I'll bring you something.
Thank you. You'll be saving us from starvation.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knacker's job?
But what of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
But having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's not fit for a decent person, only for the knacker or the executioner's servant?
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a job, even if it is hauling shit?
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for displaced people. When we return to Skalitz, they'll never be able to rid themselves of the stink.
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin and is fit for hard work?
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for such work.
But who should I talk to then? Where will I find them?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the Rathaus, so they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know of a good cook who's looking for work?
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone. Only...
Well, what's the problem? Did something happen to her?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of work.
Thanks. I'll go.
Już jestem.
God save. What can I do for you?
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for a good cook, but I've said all that to our esteemed bailiff.
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Ah, I see. Well, ask away then.
No? Jaką misję? A, Czyli to, co zostałem oszwabione na 5
Do you
groszy.
have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young? Nimble?
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry.
Pamiętasz, jak ci mówiłem, że koleś mi wciskał gity o tym magicznym mieczu, nie? To jest prawda, bo teraz mam misję w ogóle z innego źródła, że już mam pozbierać te kawałki, nie?
I also heard there are vacant carrier jobs.
Yes, yes.
W ogóle
I'm surprised it hasn't
mój
occurred
koń
to
ma
anyone sooner.
29
It will certainly
tempa, nie?
benefit the city
I
if the
kupiłem mu
burgers don't
podkowy
have to
dla koni
send their
bojowych.
own servants.
To zwiększyło do
Benefit my people
41.
as well.
Of course,
Tak
it goes
wypierdalaj
without
jebany.
saying.
Bo wsiki w dupie miał.
I also heard that you need workers to carry, to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners. That's not a concern for decent people.
But I need to know...
Enough. I won't have such talk in my home. The usual or something else?
Nie. Znowu to samo. Zamiast wczytać grę, zapisałem i zrąbałem, bo zacząłem bić mieszcza, nie? I teraz nie mam czego wczytać, bo ostatni save ma sprzed 2 godzin. No. Dobra, zadam w łapę.
I'm from Skalitz and, well, you know. I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Aren't you Ringler? Milan says I have to beat you before he'll take me on.
And you're that blacksmith's lad, right? What do you want out of it? You're not living in the dirt here like the rest of us.
Maybe not. But why shouldn't I try and beat some coin out of him too?
Yeah, and you can pass it on to us that need it. If you want to fight me, you dandy, then pay up. Or fuck off. Shit!
Kurde, rok jak grał, to narzeka, że ciągle mu się save psuły, że wczytywanie nie działa. No mnie kurde wszystko śmiga od początku do końca. Ty! Ale co? A nie, no to nie zabiłeś go. Nie zabiłeś go.
Good day, Henry.
Wiem, bo ja też. Ale ten... Mogłeś zabrać wszystko z niego. A ty walczyłeś z... Jak? Pakosze, bo to nie. Bo z tym ostatnim, z tym bossem, nie? To możesz mu... On jest tak samo łatwy jak reszta. Ale jak go powalisz, to zabierz z niego klucze do jego chaty. W jego chacie będziesz mógł ten zabrać. Suknię z jego skrzyni. Tam chyba jest 3-4 suknie, nie? Jedna po 500 jest. Możesz mu nożowi.
Thank you, neighbor. You're a good Samaritan.
Good health to you, Henry.
Bread baked just this morning. Bread! through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen.
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did, before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why'd you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked sent me to you.
I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, but I can't just go serve someone else.
Why not?
Because I'm still Father Francis's housekeeper.
But I heard he fled and isn't coming back.
Don't pay any attention. They're just rumors. I'm still his housekeeper.
Where's Father Francis now?
I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was going to confession in Sasau. But that was before all these terrible things happened. I've heard no word of him since then.
Does he go to Sasau often? Where does he stay when he's there?
Not so often. About once a month. He always used to stay in the inn near the monastery, so he wouldn't have far to go.
I'll ask around about what happened to Father Francis. I'll let you know.
Welcome, Henry!
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
You're Stephen, aren't you? Milan tells me he won't fight me until I beat you.
Oh, yeah? And why would you want to? Well, never mind. I'll fight you if you pay me. What do you say?
Mrtka! I'm going to...
Ja spamowałem tylko prawy i zdychał 5 sekund.
God be with you.
God save
Co zrobił?
Mixed goods, handy implements, and machines of every kind. Come on up and buy. Spades, forks, and axes. All you need to tame Mother Nature.
My God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
Let's fight.
You gave those two a pretty good hiding, and I made a groschen or two in bets. You Skalitz fellows are good for my purse.
Jesus.
Jebat! Fucking hell!
Dobra. Jedis, zobacz sobie na Discordzie. Kurwy na dźwigu! Co na YouTube pokazuje? Aha, no tak, bo Oskar to woli u ciebie oglądać już mnie fajnie. Ja jestem gorszy, tak? Dobra, nie, ja to zapamiętam. W ogóle u mnie pod bramą, w Wratajach, leżą 4 halabardy. Jedna halabarda jest warta 1000 na cel, ale jej w ekwipunku nie mogę schować.
G'day, Henry.
Onions that'll make you cry and garlic that'll keep evil spirits at bay.
How's it going?
You're one of the people interested in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions. You are...
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines. And not just in the mines. So...
Hey, am I invisible?
At the mines? So you're a miner?
That's right. I worked in the East Shaft. And I hope I'll be working there again. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships? When will they open the mines again?
Not talking to me?
I have no idea what their lordships plan to do about it.
Alright. I just thought you might have heard something.
You're just going to pretend I'm not here?
How badly do you want to carry water?
Well, right now there doesn't seem to be much work around for miners.
Not
And at least I can earn a few groschen.
It's not easy work, though. It's a long way to carry water.
Do you think it was easier in the mines? Digging through rock on your knees all day for months on end?
You're just going to pretend
How are you
I'm
holding
not
up?
here?
You mean this here? Well, I've got feeling back in my arm again.
What happened to it, anyway?
That time in Skalitz. I was knocked down by a horse. But it's better now.
You're just going to pretend
Look, I
I'm
can
not
see by the way your arm is hanging it's not healed. You can't carry water like that.
Well, come on. I owe money to the Sawbones and I need the work to pay for it. I'll give you anything you want.
You're just going to pretend I'm not here?
Well, I could find something that will help you.
Anything.
Here you go. This will help it heal better.
Thank you so much. How much do I owe?
Hey,
Oh, nothing.
am I invisible
We
or
Skalitz
what?
folk have to help each other out.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
The bailiff said he couldn't get a word out of you.
Going to pretend
Well,
I'm not here?
he's not the most popular man around here, after everything that's happened. You can't blame us.
Maybe, but if you lot had just talked to him, I wouldn't have to run around dealing with this, and you'd all have a few groschen by now.
You might be right. But there's no point
Not
crying over
talking
spilt
to
milk.
me?
What would you give if I put in a good word for you?
You're just
Good
going
word.
to pretend I'm not here?
Sure. If I put in a good word for somebody to the bailiff, then that someone has a better chance.
Am I
But I haven't got a
invisible or
pot
what?
to piss in. I lost everything, and I'm in debt too. But
You're just going
I
to
might
pretend I'm
know
not
about an
here?
opportunity.
Oh? What kind of opportunity?
I heard about it at the mine, before Skalitz was raised.
Am I invisible or what?
So, what did you hear?
They found something they wanted kept a secret.
You're just going to
There weren't
pretend
any
I'm
rumours
not
about
here?
a silver seam, but what else could it be?
The punishment for stealing the king's silver is hanging or burning at the stake.
You're just
I
going
know,
to pretend
but
I'm
you
not
can't be
here?
burned for stealing silver nobody knows about.
That's enough
You're
for
just
now.
going to pretend I'm not here?
God be with you.
You hear about the water carrying?
Aye. I can hold water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it. What do I have to do?
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then I fled from Skullets and ended up here.
Quite the factotum, aren't you? Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say. Leave this and go and do that.
Pickman? That's your name?
Actually, my real name's Vassen, but they call me Pickman.
Is that German?
No. It's from when I was in the mines, digging with a pick.
How are you holding up, anyway?
What can I tell you? I've seen better days for sure.
What happened with the bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
That peacock, what was strutting up and down and shouting at everyone? He told me he'd no time to listen to a buffoon like me. So I shut my mouth.
Well, I could put in a good word for you, but you'll have to scratch my back, too.
Fair enough. Show me where it itches.
No, you dolt. It's just a saying. Like I do something for you, and you do something for me.
Right. I see. Well, as it happens, I've got something great for you. Treasure you wouldn't dream of.
Treasure, you say? Right, you've got my attention.
I see you're a smart man. A man who knows a thing or two about the world. I've got... Wait for it. I've got a piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Never heard of her. Who's she?
She was a great queen in ancient times. She gave Solomon a sword with magical powers.
Magical, eh? You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
No, it's true. It's in the Bible. And this sword, once it's put back together, nothing can stop it. It can cut through bones, teeth, even steel and stone.
I see. But you've only got one piece. What's that good for?
I couldn't get it all. The fellow I bought it off didn't have the rest. He sold off bits and pieces. But they've got powers of healing, you see? And put strength in your... you know... manhood. What do you say? Deal?
We'll shake on it. I'll get you the job, and you'll give me the piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Agreed.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs, not the bailiff.
It's true. Do you know how to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles, then I might have something for you.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me, though. So I came here myself.
Be that as it may, I already have the people I need to carry water. And anyway, it's no job for a woman.
I'm strong enough to knock you on your arse, you pot.
He's dying.
He's badly wounded. So poorly he's been in his bed for weeks. Unconscious most of the time.
Sorry to hear it.
I already owe the apothecary a small fortune. And he won't lift a finger for us now.
What did you do in Skalitz?
I was at the Silverwoods, roasting the ore and washing it. My husband was at the smelter.
Oh, Christ, things got very ugly there. I suppose that's where your husband was wounded? It's a miracle you managed to drag him all the way to Rattide.
What else could I do? Leave him there?
All right, I'll think about it and talk to the bailiff.
And you'll tell him to take me, right?
God save you.
Are you here on account of the water carrier?
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask a few questions and we'll see. All right?
Fine. Ask away.
What did you do before this?
I worked for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father, anyway?
He was, we had a farm near Scarlet.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father. And the farm, too. Ma says there's no use dwelling on it. Life must go on.
What happened with Bailiff? You couldn't get a word out of anybody.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him at all.
And what would you give me if I put in a good word for you?
I've got nothing to give.
Come now. You say you want the job, so prove it.
Mother told me I should go and help. If you don't want my help, fair enough.
So you're probably here about carrying water, right?
Aye. I want to carry water.
That's all? Nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
That's enough for now.
Greetings, good knight. How may I serve you?
You're here about the water carrying?
I am. Where do I get some pay?
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job. I have to ask you a few things first.
What for? I can handle the job. But ask away.
What trade did you do before?
I worked in the mines, at the winch. You've heard of Tonda the winch, right? Strong as a bull.
Ah, the name sounds familiar. You were one of the new miners, weren't you?
I was. I came last autumn. The winter was mild enough to work the mines, and I showed everyone I was a hard worker. So do I get the job?
We're not finished yet. And how are you holding up?
Not very well, I'll tell you that. I help out with something every once in a while and get some money for it. But it's not enough. Especially when the dice don't fall in my favor.
Sure. And have you tried looking for other work?
What for? They'll get the mines running again, and I'll have a real man's job.
What about soldiering? That's real man's work, isn't it?
It is, and I'd be good at it. When I land a punch, you'd think you were kicked by a horse, which I once showed to a soldier I fell out with over a game of dice. Only, I'm too smart for soldiering.
No doubt. I heard you lot don't want to talk to the bailiff.
I don't know much about that. The others didn't talk to him, so I kept my mouth shut as well. That's the way we do it at the mines. He didn't even really ask me anything anyway. Just mumbled something under his breath.
What would you give me if I recommended you?
What could I give when I don't have a pot to piss in? All I have is a strong arm. Whenever I hit anything or anyone, they stay hit.
Well, if I get you the job, will you show me how to really hit someone hard?
I could. Deal then.
Deal. Well, there's also the option of carrying, Shit.
Not a chance. I'm not carrying any shit around. And if anyone tries to make me, I'll break his legs.
And what if I told you that you get double the pay?
Didn't I mention something about breaking legs?
You did? But more money?
I wouldn't be under the winch anymore. More like under the stench.
I know everything I need.
So, can I go carry water then?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff and he'll choose.
Well, I hope he chooses.
If you think I'm afraid of you, you're mistaken.
We'll see.
Damn. Do you want something?
I'd like to ask a favor of you, Hal.
Of course. What is it?
I heard you're picking people to carry water. No one needs the job more than Antonia.
Adam never mentioned any Antonia.
I'm not surprised. But Antonia really needs that job.
Can she cook?
What's that got to do with carrying water?
Nothing, but there's a cook's job going too. Much easier than hauling water.
I don't know how good a cook she is, though. You'd better ask her yourself.
Do you think she'll be able to handle carrying those buckets? It's quite far, and up that hill.
She's no princess. She's tough enough.
All right. I'll bear it in mind.
Bear it in mind? What does that mean?
It means I'll think about it. The bailiff has the last word.
Well, if he's got something against giving the job to a woman, then try and get Vincent in at least. He might not have anyone on their deathbed, but his mother has no one else.
God save you, good knight. What can I do for you?
You're interested in carrying water?
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Keep your questions for good-for-nothings.
What makes you so deserving? How did you make a living before this?
I was the owner of a mine. Well, I had a lease on it. But in our line of work, it amounts to the same thing.
The chief, eh? But have you ever hauled a bucket of ore up a hill?
There's no hill in a mine. Just a shaft with a winch.
It's hard work carrying water.
So is taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brains.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done my share of hauling.
There's also the option of, emptying latrines.
Are you trying to insult me? That's no job for a decent Christian.
True. That's why it pays double.
Double, hey? Well, that's not bad. But, for a man of my stature, no doubt there are more needy souls. Double.
How are you holding up in Rattay?
Not too well. I've tried offering my administrative abilities at the rat house, but the bailiff treats me like a peasant.
He's not an easy man to deal with, true enough. But if you show him what you're capable of...
Well, if he gives you a chance to show him...
And the bailiff complained he couldn't get a word out of you.
I refused to talk to him. Last time I did, he was vulgar, shouted and threatened to whip me. And then he comes and interrogates me.
Well, I can see how that would put you off him. What would you give me if I put in a good word for you?
So that's how it is it? An honest person can't get a job. Only one who stoops to bribing?
Come now. I just want to help, but I'll have my job cut out persuading the bailiff to take you.
All right. I don't have anything, but I know the armourer from Sasau, and he'll give you a good price if I have a word with him.
Cheap armour might come in handy, all right? Done.
Done. As soon as I get the job, come and see me, and I'll tell you all about it.
That's enough for now.
castle, kicked it in, but it's now on your way. Come and get 'em. Just say come on up and buy.
What do you need?
I know everything I need to know to pick the carriage.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damned business off my back. So how have you decided?
So, how do we do this? Do I just give you their names, or should I send for them?
Just tell me their names and whether they should carry water or something else. Don't worry, I'll send for them.
Antonia.
What? A woman?
Yeah, is that a problem? You never said it had to be only men.
I didn't, but I kind of assumed it would be clear. It's a long walk with a heavy load, man's work.
She can handle the job, have no fear.
Let's hope so. You'll have to answer to me if she can't. Where do we put her then?
To carry water.
What the hell?
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Tonda. They call him the winch.
The winch. Ought to be good with a bucket anyway. What's he going to do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Be a bit more.
Baked goods fresh from the oven. Come get 'em. Look now, aren't they lovely?
Vasi goes by the moniker of Pickman.
Pickman. I hope he doesn't have a history of pickpocketing.
No. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop off 2 of his fingers.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose. Where do you want to put him?
Bake a bit, and you'll be able to feed the whole family with fresh bread.
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Cornelius.
Ah, Cornelius. I had him here once looking for a job. Where do you want to put him? I'd like to see him with buckets of shit.
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next?
Vincent, Moimir's son.
Vincent? Never heard of him. What do you think he should do?
To carry water.
Can't be done. We've already got enough people for the water carrying job, so it's either carrying shit or nothing.
Shit it is then. That's it.
Good. All decided. Now about the cook's job. God save you, Henry.
Prawda? No. A co? Co? Nie wiem. Damy tam trochę tamtym.
Teraz masz was ogólnie chcę boksuję tak prawny policja.
Ty w ogóle zakradłem się do domu miecznika, nie? W Ratajach. Bo muszę z jego skrzynki albo z jego ciała kawałek tego miecza magicznego, nie? I on ogólnie na dole, na parterze, za sklepem 2 pomieszczenia, ma 3 szafy pancerne, nie? W których trzyma chyba cały towar. A on w ekwipunku ma 3 klucze, nie? Ty jak... Miecznik, no. A do skrzyni ma 1. Dobra, czyli w skrzyni gdzieś będzie miał to. O, znalazłem ten... A ja zobaczę, czy to pasuje do tych kluczy tam na dole. Jak to pasuje, to ja jestem tak bogaty. To ze wpale tego nie widzisz. Nie pasuje, kurde. No to są zamki bardzo trudne. Włamywanie. Od jakiego poziomu może być bardzo trudne? jest nawet mod, żeby obchodzić te wanisy. Ale tu łucznika tak nachać nie można.